Give me some peace of mind again. Cause I've been walking up and floating off the edge. It's starting, I think I need the rain, so I can feel something, I only feel the pain. So let me hold you till the end. Cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again. Cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. All the words that you said.
Let's go, boys. What is up? Just general jazz stuff again, dude. Nothing crazy, nothing new. Wasn't anything crazy news-wise the last 2 days. Ryan Smith did post some renderings of the new practice facility that's being built. So we're going to look at that. And then I've got a little list of the worst Utah Jazz draft picks over the last 15 years. Since 2011. So I don't know if it's 16 years, technically speaking, at this point. But you know what I mean. Since 2011, 2010-ish. And then that's pretty much it, dude. We're going to be quick. So yeah, we will start out here with the beautiful Ryan Smith himself, the GOAT. He posted these new renderings again. The mountain backdrop as Southtown is next level. This is mountain basketball. New Jazz practice facility is moving, he says. So yeah, this is clearly not a rendering. This is them actually doing construction here. Kind of hard to tell, like, for scale, the size of it, but it'll be nice to see once it's actually done what it looks like. Same thing here. I'm not a construction guy. I don't know what good construction looks like, but I assume they're doing a good job here. And then wet concrete, I can tell you that. So escalators, system, multi-level, obviously, that's pretty clear there. And then here's the renderings, too. We've seen this kind of stuff, though. This isn't, like, crazy new. You don't see the mountains in the background, so I don't know, dude. It's a blurry picture. In fact, you can't even see it on the screen. It's really, like, really bright and really blurry. But this is sick, dude. Little locker room in the practice facility. I don't know. I think that's sweet. I don't know what other NBA facilities look like, but this looks just like the Mammoth one. I know it's going to be connected to the Mammoth one, but very similar type design is what the Mammoth have going, with the Jazz on the top, the note on the floor. They're on like little jersey locker things. Like, those aren't even like lockers. I don't even know what those are. Maybe they are. Are they lockers with their own little, like, they are. They're lockers with their own little changing room. That's sick. I thought they were just like, jerseys hanging on the wall. That's cool. Okay. Shout out to Ryan Smith and the greatest practice facility ever. And then they got, you know, recovery pools. I don't know if I've never been in one of those kind of things. I don't know if it's like a hot pool or a cold pool. I imagine they're hot tubs. I don't know. So can shout out. Also sponsored by Beats, I guess. Beats on the fucking rendering. That's cool. Yeah, I think that's it there, isn't it? Yeah. So pretty cool. Again, it's just drawn up, you know, graphics. It's not what it's actually going to look like, but cool to get a general idea, I think, of what it's going to look like. I mean, that's the coolest picture of them all. I don't know, but they don't really do like tours. Like, if I remember correctly, there's not like a big tour of the Mammoth facility. There's like clips of like, here's the gym, and here's like, there's no like walk around, like, here's the place. I hope they do that with the Jazz facility. That'd be cool. But if not, dude, just show me like cool pictures of everything at least. So yeah, shout out to him, dude. Shout out Ryan Smith, the GOAT. Now, the fun part, dude. Ranking. I don't know what you mean, dude. Ranking the Jazz draft picks last 15 years, okay? First off, honorable mention, Taylor Hendricks, okay? You guys are gonna get mad at me, dude. Like, you're not gonna call him a bust. Not a bust, okay? It's just you look at that draft, okay? It was the Wembanyama draft. The expectations for that top 10 was pretty high. Frankly, they're pretty high. And then specifically, also, this ranking is not necessarily going to be just off of their like Jazz performances or their history with the Jazz. It's also going to be a part of like who was drafted after them. Like who did we pass on? That's a big factor in a lot of these guys as well. So, and also like state of the team at the time. It's all around a factor here. Don't just think I'm like, this guy sucked. You know, it's kind of time and place and everything. So, honorable mention, Taylor Hendricks. Great kid, everything. It's just that draft class. We took him over guys like Cason Wallace. Obviously, Keontae, we ended up getting him, but you know what I mean. Took him over Keontae. Took him over Jaime Jaquez. Took him over Pajemski. I don't have that big of a feeling on Pajemski, but he's at least, I don't know. He's an okay player. He's like a Kyle Anderson kind of guy, I guess. I don't know. And then Sensabaugh. So, took him over all those guys, which I think we could all agree is... The only argument is maybe Pods, but all the other guys are better than him. And, hey, Pods is better, let's be honest. So that's the argument with Taylor. But he's also a really good kid and all that kind of stuff, so I'm not going to put him in the top 5. Obviously, number 5, Trey Lyles, okay? Again, this is personal. You may have it ranked differently. I've got Trey Lyles at 4, or 5. Nothing crazy. I mean, it was just like the expectation was kind of high for him. We were hopeful that, like, again, we were hopeful that he was going to end up being a decent player. He wasn't drafted super duper duper high, but, you know, expectations were higher than most guys. And if we were drafted him now or 5 years ago, like, I don't think the pressure would have been there. It was just like in the situation with our rebuild, it's like we needed that final like wing scoring, and Trey Lyles was not it. So the problem here though is that we took him over guys like Cameron Payne, Kelly Oubre, Terry the Betting Rozier, Bobby Portis, Larry Nance Jr., Kevon Looney, and Devin Booker. So, understandable. It's the whole thing. We took the wrong Kentucky player. It's kind of what happened there. But, yeah, man, passing on Devin Booker is a big factor here. So that's why he falls at 5. Next, we've got Trey Burke. The Treys, back to back. Okay? No offense to the Treys. All right? Kind of similar reasons as Trey Lyles, honestly. He has a little bit of like a cushion here because he was in the worst, like one of the worst draft classes of all time. This is the Anthony Bennett draft for those that did not know. So just horrific. A horrific draft. I think the Cody Williams and Zachary draft is going to be worse, but that point's invalid here. Doesn't matter. Still was hopeful that he was going to be decent. We were hoping, you know, that Michigan run took him to the Final Four. People were like, dude, this guy's going to be all right, dude. Maybe, I think he shot up draft boards. He wasn't supposed to go like top 20 and then like shot up to like top 10 or something. If I remember correctly, I was also like in junior high, so I don't know. But the problem here, oh, also I forgot to mention with Trey Lyles, the benefit with him is we got Donovan Mitchell out of him. We traded him for Donovan Mitchell, so it worked out well. That's why he was at 5. But Trey Burke here, the problem is that we traded pick 21 and 14 to move up, I think it was to 9. Yeah, move up to 9 to get him. Again, in a bad draft, so it doesn't really matter. But the problem is, remember, we had 14 and 21 here. We picked him at 9 over Steven Adams, Kelly Olynyk, Dennis Schroeder, Tim Hardaway Jr., CJ McCollum, Rudy Gobert, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. So, again, I don't know the exact draft order here. I know Giannis went 15, so if we stayed true, we could have had Giannis at 14 and whoever the fuck else at 21. So, shout out to the people that are running the Jazz, dude. I appreciate you guys. You really fumbled there. In the worst draft class ever, arguably, you still could have had Giannis. You could have had Giannis and Rudy. You know what I mean? You could have taken Rudy at 21 and had just whatever. It's whatever, dude. So that's why Trey Burke is at 4. Okay? Next, we're going to get a little more recent here. The most recent of them all. Udoka Azubuike, however you want to say it. Another kind of sad thing with Taylor Hendricks, really good dude. Not that the other Treys weren't great dudes, but you know what I mean? Like, Udoka was a really good guy, friendly, bubbly. and like all the pre-draft reports was like described as like a big teddy bear kind of guy. So, yeah, like that face, dude, big friendly dude. It was just a situation that we really needed a solid backup center for Rudy Gobert. It was 2020 was the year, I believe. It's like I'm not gonna say we reached, like we probably could have gotten him early second round because we got him late first. But we did trade back from like 23 or 24 to whatever it was, 27, 28 when we got him. So it's not horrific. We did recoup or did get some assets moving back to get him. It's just more so like we were a championship level team. We were the #1 team in the NBA. I don't know if it was that season or the season prior or whatever it was. So we really needed that plug and play like big man. And if you look at it, like people always say this, if you're an analytical type guy, you draft off analytics. Udoka Azubuike would have been like a top 5 pick that year. Like his college stats were unreal at Kansas. I forget like the field goal percentage. It was like 90% or 80% field goal. It was stupid. It was insane. In fact, let's look this up, dude. Azubuike college. What was it? It was fucking nuts. 75% from the field, dude. Either way, insane. He made 3 out of every 4 shots. I know it was like within 2 inches of the rim every time, but still, doesn't matter, dude. Udoka Azubuike goes at 3. We need him to be good. It's that simple. And also, it's like sad. We signed Derek Favors like a week or 2 after we drafted him, so like it totally got rid of his minutes completely. So we didn't get to see anything from him. We sent him to the G League, and then he like tore his ACL or something horrific. I can't remember what it was. Really bad knee injury. So, or ankle injury. I think it was ankle actually. Either way, bad lower leg injury. And then we drafted him over a guy like Desmond Bane and Jaden McDaniels. And if we had Jaden McDaniels on that team, you know what I mean? Who knows? So that's the reason he goes at 3 for me. Next 2 are honestly, I think they're pretty obvious. I'd like to think, but if you disagree with me, you disagree with me. At number 2, you've got Dante Exum. Okay, this is like not really. I don't know how to describe it. It's just a letdown. It's an all-around letdown. We tanked games that year for him. I don't know, exactly how many games. I was young as well. But I just know that we tanked games trying to get a good pick in that draft. I think we fell in the draft too. I'll look into it. Anyways, we were hoping to get a superstar, a really good player. We didn't. That was, I think that was the Joel Embiid draft, right? I think it was the Embiid draft, 2014. Yeah, the Wiggins, Jabari Parker, Embiid draft. Yeah. So we were just like, it was a good draft. Honestly, it was good. So we were hopeful that he was going to be something. Point guard of the future. Roll him with Gordon Hayward and the boys. Him, Hayward, Gobert, like it was gonna be sick, but he just didn't. I thought from the beginning he had a weird like dribble to him. Like I don't know if he leaned too far forward. Or, like there's some kind of, disagree with me if you want, but there's some kind of awkwardness to his dribble that I just visually always noticed. So too bad. It's kind of a similar situation. It was like the Lyles and Burke, where it's like, and Azubuike, to be honest with you, like all of them, we needed them to come in and be something. Whether it was Azubuike, a plug and play championship level backup big, Dante Exum, a point guard of the future, Trey Lyles was supposed to be a run and gun wing for us, a complimentary piece to Gordon Hayward, and then Trey Burke was just like a fucking mishap all the way around. So that's the situation there. But I think obviously the #1 worst pick, it's honestly the worst pick in Jazz history, not even the last 15 years. It's Enes Kanter Freedom. Okay. I don't think there's a debate there. Well, again, let me look up the exact draft here. In fact, let me go back to the Exum. I forgot something crazy about Exum here. In that Exum draft, we took him over guys like Marcus Smart, Julius Randle, Zach LaVine, TJ Warren, Jusuf Nurkic, and Nikola Jokic. Now, a lot of teams pass on Nikola Jokic, I get it. But that's who we took XM over in that draft. So, all of which I think are still in the league. TJ Warren isn't, but Marcus Smart's on his way out probably. But Julius Randle's still like, you know, whatever. Zach LaVine's whatever. We've seen Nurkic, and then Jokic is Jokic. So that's another reason why XM goes to 2. We could have had some of those guys, which would have been beneficial at least, if not then, to our Donovan Mitchell Gobert teams in the 2019, 2020, 2021, whatever. So that's a reason why he goes there. But then Enes Kanter Freedom. The situation with him is let's see, we took him in a draft that was pretty fucking good, dude. Took him 3rd overall, if you didn't know. We moved up in the draft. It was the Nets pick. I don't remember where it was. It was like, to say here, it was like, moved up from like 8 or something to 3 is what it was. I don't know the exact specifics, but that's why everybody's like, the Jazz have moved up, before we were like saying we had never moved up in the draft. Technically, it wasn't our own picks. Like, we had moved up, but not our own draft pick. So we did move up to 3. The Kyrie Irving draft, dude. It was the year everybody wanted number 1. Cleveland got it. I wanted Derek Williams because I'm a big Arizona fan, dude. In 2011, I was like, bro, Derek Williams is the shit. I met Derek Williams. I thought he was so good. Really good dude, but in hindsight, like, we should have seen the flaws there. Not to not be drafted, but like 2nd overall, should have seen the flaws. That's whatever there. But then Enes going 3 was just an absolute reach. I don't think he played, if I remember correctly, I don't think he played at all the year before in Turkey. Or Turkey, I don't know how they say it. My bad. So, it was just a reach, dude. We're like, bro, we got him. We got Derek Favors. Let's roll, baby. Let's roll. So, like, it was a fun idea. He asked out 3 years later, 2.5 years later. He demanded a trade or whatever. Demanded in 2013. You know, it wasn't really a thing yet. But basically, it was like, get me the fuck out of here, bro. So F you for that also. Like, appreciate you. Didn't want him anyways in the first place. But that's him there. And sadly, we took him over guys like Kemba Walker, Iman Shumpert, the Morris twins, Tobias Harris, Jonas Valanciunas, Nikola Vucevic, Tristan Thompson, Klay Thompson, Jimmy Butler, and Kawhi Leonard. So, thanks, Enes. Fuck you. That's all I have to say. Yeah, dude, that's my top 5. If you disagree with me, let me know in the comments. Yeah, man, that's it. That is it. Let me get the nightly shoutouts up. I didn't have it ready. Shoutouts, dude. Minecraft stream in snake shit. Y'all hate that. Where are we? Shout out to the goats, dude. T-Talk. Ty Talon. Great boys. And the gang. Not gonna forget about Troy, the goat. Shout out Ty. Shout out Talon. New episodes weekly, or every 2 weeks, and then streams throughout the week. They did a nice little story time the other day about meeting Shaq. It was good stuff. Go give it a watch. They're available on everything, always. And then the Jazz, man. The boys, they broke 175, dude. 178. Shout out to the goats. Give them a follow. Jake, Jeff, and Spencer. They're available on everything as always. Again, if you interact with their socials, it's probably Spencer. So shout out Spencer. You're the GOAT. I appreciate you as always. That's it. And then again, my stuff is always down below. Sub to the channel. We're live every night with whether it's Jazz or Mammoth stuff, and then whenever I do a double stream, it'll be Minecraft stuff. So, I don't know. Jazz stuff 4 or 5 nights a week. Mammoth stuff like 1 day a week. And then, you know, whatever. And then, again, my Twitter's down below, or X. That's just Jazz stuff. My TikTok's down below if you use TikTok. I don't. So, it's an option for you, but don't expect me to post a lot there. And then my Instagram's also down below. That's nothing Jazz related at all. So, that's it, boys. I appreciate you. Question of the night will be simple, dude. Who do you think is the worst Utah Jazz draft pick? Honestly, ever. Don't even do the last 15 picks or 15 years. Who's the worst Jazz draft pick all time? Let me know in the comments. And with that comment, if you type the word Shasta, okay? Type the word Shasta in that comment, and I don't know, man. Whenever you have a kid and they have like their tooth falls out and the tooth fairy comes, not only will they leave like some money under their pillow, I mean, you know what I mean? You'll also get a Lamborghini in the driveway. So, congrats, dude. Type the word Shasta, and whenever your kid loses a tooth, you get a Lamborghini. That's like a lot of Lamborghinis. So, enjoy. It's government approved, by the way. I don't know if you know that. The IRS let me know. So, cool. I appreciate you. Also, we're at 97 streams or videos, so almost at 100. Hope you guys are here in 3 days or 2 days whenever we hit that. So, boom. That's it, boys. I appreciate you. Let me switch the song. But yeah. As always, in case I don't see you, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. Mwah. I love you. I love you. I love you. The rain. So I can feel something, I only feel the pain. Who? So let me hold you till the end.
Why do we feed the fire when we can breathe the flame? So let me hold you till the end, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said. And if I fall down, I get up again, 'cause I've been holding on to all the words that you said.